Leaflet. A small sheet of printed paper, often for advertising. Nap. A short sleep. Circus. A traveling company of acrobats, clowns, and animals. Rose. A type of flower with a pleasant smell and thorny stems. Cookie. A small, sweet baked treat. Oven. A chamber used for baking or roasting. Forest. A large area covered with trees. Eagle. A large bird of prey with a hooked beak. Magazine. A type of thin book with articles and photographs. Bottle. A container with a narrow neck, used for liquids. Juice. The liquid from fruit or vegetables. Rabbit. A small mammal with long ears. Flag. A piece of cloth used as a symbol of a country or group. Meadow. A field of grass and wildflowers. Pig. A farm animal with a snout. Sleep. The resting state of the body and mind. Team. A group of people playing or working together. School. A place where people learn. Vegetable. A plant or part of a plant used as food. Hospital. A place where sick or injured people receive care. Dentist. A person who cares for teeth and gums. Time. The indefinite continued progress of existence and events. Science. The study of the natural world. Map. A drawing or chart showing features of an area. Castle. A large, strong building where royalty may live. Nurse. A person trained to care for the sick. Hat. A piece of clothing worn on the head. Jog. To run at a slow, steady pace. Health. The state of being free from illness. Chair. A piece of furniture for sitting. Bed. A piece of furniture for sleeping. Giraffe. A tall African mammal with a very long neck. Potato. A starchy root vegetable. Tooth. A hard structure in the mouth used for chewing. Milk. A white liquid produced by cows or goats. Jewel. A precious stone or piece of jewelry. Jeans. Casual pants made of denim. Bagel. A ring-shaped bread roll. Table. A piece of furniture with a flat top and one or more legs. Lesson. A structured period of learning. Magnet. An object that produces a magnetic field. Feather. The soft, light covering of birds. Pillow. A soft cloth bag filled with feathers or foam for the head. Light. The brightness that lets us see things. Bike. A vehicle with two wheels powered by pedals. Elephant. A large mammal with a trunk. Bench. A long seat for several people. Kite. A light frame covered with paper or cloth that flies in the wind. Sun. The star at the center of our solar system. Wing. The part of a bird or plane used for flying. Parrot. A brightly colored bird that can mimic sounds. Peach. A round, juicy fruit with fuzzy skin. Snake. A long reptile with no legs. Bear. A large, furry animal that lives in forests. Jacket. A short coat. Letter. A written message sent to someone. Child. A young boy or girl. Sofa. A comfortable seat wide enough for two or more people. Lemon. A yellow, sour citrus fruit. Uncle. The brother of one's father or mother. Wind. The natural movement of air. Bee. A flying insect that makes honey. Letterbox. A box in which letters are posted or delivered. Flower pot. A container used for growing plants or flowers. Computer. An electronic device for storing and processing data. Card. A small piece of stiff paper used for messages or games. Mouth. The opening in the face used for eating and speaking. Name. The word by which a person or thing is known. Room. A space inside a building with walls and a door. Carpet. A thick woven floor covering. Mermaid. A mythical sea creature with a female human upper body and a fishtail. Star. A bright ball of gas in the night sky. Window. An opening in a wall or door to let in light or air. Vacation. A period of rest or travel away from home or work. Hero. A person who is admired for courage or achievements. Hand. The end part of the arm that includes the fingers. Fruit. The part of a plant that contains seeds and is eaten. Station. A building where trains or buses stop so passengers can get on or off. Face. The front part of the head where eyes and nose are located. Film. A movie or motion picture. Morning. The early part of the day, before noon. Sport. An athletic activity requiring skill. Banana. A long, curved fruit with yellow skin. Head. The upper part of the body that contains the brain. Fire. The heat and light produced by something burning. Floor. The lower surface of a room on which one may walk. Button. A small round object used to fasten clothes. Hunter. A person or animal that hunts. Classroom. A room in a school where lessons happen. Mansion. A very large and impressive house. sky. The space above the earth that you see when you look up. TV. A device for watching shows and news. Bird. A warm-blooded animal with feathers and wings. King. A male ruler of a country. Truck. A large vehicle for carrying heavy loads. Gorilla. A large ape found in forests of Central Africa. Dress. A piece of clothing for women or girls. Police. The organization or people who keep law and order. Laundry. Clothes and linens that need washing or are being washed. Wheel. A circular object that turns around an axle. Radio. A device that plays audio broadcasts. Gate. A hinged barrier used to close an opening in a fence or wall. Cow. A large farm animal that produces milk. Muffin. A small, round baked bread product. Pencil. A writing utensil with a graphite core. Mailman. A person who delivers letters and parcels. Mr. A title used before a man's last name. Football. A game played with a round or oval ball, soccer in some regions. Drawing. A picture made with a pencil, pen, or crayon. Cloud. A mass of water droplets in the sky. Turtle. A reptile with a hard shell living on land or in water. Man. An adult male human. Dance. To move rhythmically to music. Guest. A person invited to visit or stay in someone's home. Beach. A sandy or pebbly shore by the sea. Plant. A living organism growing in soil. Berry. A small, juicy fruit with seeds. Lily. A type of flowering plant with large, fragrant blooms. Son. A male child in relation to his parents. Key. A tool used to lock or unlock things. Phone. A device for calling or sending messages. Seat. A place for sitting. Glasses. Lenses in frames worn before the eyes to improve vision. Body. The physical structure of a person or animal. Pool. A small area of water for swimming. Palace. A large official residence of a ruler or leader. World. The earth and all the people and places on it. Goose. A large water bird similar to a duck but bigger. Guitar. A stringed musical instrument played by strumming. Comet. A celestial object with a bright tail of gas and dust. Dream. Thoughts and images in the mind while sleeping or hoping. Book. A set of printed pages bound together. Harmony. A pleasant combination of musical notes or agreement. Doctor. A person who is trained to treat sick people. Partner. A person who takes part in an activity with another. Sister. A female sibling. Life. The existence of an individual human or animal. Tiger. A large wild cat with orange fur and black stripes. Day. The time from sunrise to sunset. Office. A room or building where work is done. Idea. A thought or suggestion about a possible course of action. Spoon. A utensil with a shallow bowl for eating or serving. Cartoon. A simple drawing or animated film. Pasta. A dish made from flour and water, typically Italian. Parent. A person's mother or father. Color. The appearance of objects based on how they reflect light. Robot. A machine that can perform tasks automatically. Chick. A baby bird, especially a young chicken. Sandwich. 2 slices of bread with filling inside. Park. A public green area for relaxation and play. Lantern. A lamp with a transparent case. Party. A social gathering with food and fun. Raincoat. A waterproof coat. Brick. A small rectangular block used for building. Bread. A common food made from flour and water. Moon. The round object that orbits the Earth. Lake. A large body of water surrounded by land. Music. Sounds made by voices or instruments in a structured way. Orchard. A piece of land planted with fruit trees. Flame. The hot, glowing gas of a fire. Rock. A solid mineral matter forming part of the earth. Notebook. A small book of blank pages for writing notes. Apron. A piece of clothing worn to protect other clothes while cooking or cleaning. Monkey. A primate with a long tail that climbs trees. Graduation. The act of receiving a diploma after finishing a course of study. Chase. To run after someone or something. Onion. A round vegetable with layers and a strong smell. Gym. A place with equipment for physical exercise. Ocean. A vast body of salt water covering most of the earth. Teddy. A soft toy bear. Cup. A small round container for drinks. Year. A period of 12 months. Flower. The colored part of a plant that produces seeds. Teacher. A person who helps students learn. Plate. A flat dish for eating or serving food. Duck. A water bird with a broad bill. Model. A person who wears clothes to display them or a smaller copy of an object. Word. A single distinct meaningful element of speech or writing. Magic. The power of apparently influencing events by mysterious forces. Scooter. A small platform with wheels and a handle to ride on. Niece. A daughter of one's brother or sister. Mouse. A small rodent with a long tail. Camera. A device for taking photographs. Tent. A portable shelter made of cloth. Taxi. A car for public hire with a driver. Shoe. A covering for the foot. Honey. A sweet substance made by bees. Picture. A painting, drawing, or photograph. Water. The clear liquid that forms seas, lakes, and rain. Wood. The hard material from a tree trunk. Bell. A hollow metal object that rings when struck. Train. A series of connected vehicles traveling on rails. Lady. A polite term for a woman. Soap. A substance used with water for washing. Father. A male parent. Apple. A round fruit with red or green skin. Lollipop. A flat, round candy on a stick. Corner. The point where two edges or sides meet. Hair. The strands growing from the head or body of a person or animal. Kitchen. A room where food is prepared. Chest. The front part of the body between the neck and the stomach. Necklace. A piece of jewelry worn around the neck. News. Information about recent events. Mask. A covering for part or all of the face. Neighbor. A person living next door or near another. Fence. A barrier enclosing an area, typically made of wood or wire. Circle. A round shape with no corners. Bubbles. Spheres of air or gas in a liquid. Coconut. A large fruit with a hard shell and white flesh inside. Tree. A tall plant with a trunk and branches. Glass. A hard, transparent material used to make windows or containers. Pen. A writing instrument with ink. Salad. A mixture of raw or cooked vegetables. Sea. The large body of salt water covering much of Earth. Person. A human being. Frog. A small amphibian with smooth skin. Cake. A sweet baked food made from flour, sugar, and eggs. Pizza. A dish made of flat dough topped with cheese and tomatoes. Library. A place where books are kept for reading or borrowing. Cupcake. A small cake baked in a cup-shaped foil or paper. Watch. A small timepiece worn on the wrist. Boy. A male child or young man. Doll. A small figure of a person, used as a child's toy. Restaurant. A place where meals are served to customers. Sand. Tiny grains of rock found on beaches or deserts. Paper. Material for writing, drawing, or printing on. Dance floor. An area in a club or party where people dance. Play. To take part in a game or activity for enjoyment. Garden. A piece of ground used for growing flowers or vegetables. Village. A small group of houses in the countryside. Toy. An object for children to play with. Roof. The top covering of a building. Photo. A picture taken with a camera. Umbrella. A handheld device for protection from rain or sun. Festival. A special event or celebration. Bag. A container used for carrying things. Opera. A form of theater in which music is a fundamental component. Hawk. A bird of prey with sharp vision. Boyfriend. A male partner in a romantic relationship. Harvest. The act or season of gathering crops. House. A building for people to live in. Notepad. A pad of blank or lined paper for writing notes. Joy. A feeling of great happiness. Globe. A spherical model of Earth. Skate. To move on skates over a surface. Meal. An occasion when food is eaten. Slide. A structure for children to slide down. Orange. A round citrus fruit with a tough, bright skin. Kangaroo. A marsupial from Australia that moves by jumping. Lamp. A device that gives light. Story. A description of events, real or imaginary. Chocolate. A sweet food made from cocoa. Gardener. A person who takes care of a garden. Smile. A pleased or amused facial expression. Match. A small stick that can produce fire when struck. Helicopter. An aircraft that can hover and move in any direction. Coat. A piece of clothing worn over other clothes. Hammock. A type of bed made of canvas or rope, hung between two supports. Daughter. A female child in relation to her parents. Wall. A vertical structure that divides or encloses an area. Kitten. A young cat. Paint. Colored liquid used to create pictures or cover surfaces. Lip. The edge of the mouth. Costume. Special clothes worn for a party or play. Cheese. A dairy product made from milk. Zero. The numeral 0, no quantity. Egg. An oval object laid by birds and reptiles. Leaf. The flat, green part of a plant. Goat. A farm animal with horns and a beard, male. Elbow. The joint between the upper and lower arm. Hello. A greeting used when meeting someone. Tomato. A red, pulpy fruit often eaten as a vegetable. Maid. A person employed to do domestic work. Metal. A solid material that is hard and shiny. Princess. A daughter of a king or queen. Field. An open area of land. Girl. A female child. Brother. A male sibling. Game. An activity with rules that people play for fun. Yard. An area of ground around a house or other building. Help. To make it easier for someone to do something. Candy. A sweet treat made with sugar. Balloon. A stretchy rubber bag that can be filled with air. Heart. The organ in your chest that pumps blood. Mother. A female parent. Pastry. A dough of flour, water, and fat baked and often filled. City. A large town. Farmer. A person who grows crops or raises animals. Friend. A person you like and trust. Ring. A small circular band, often worn on a finger. Love. A strong feeling of affection. Zoo. A place where wild animals are kept for viewing. Catfish. A freshwater fish with whisker-like barbels. Gift. Something given to someone else as a present. Nest. A structure built by birds to lay eggs in. Boat. A small vessel for traveling over water. Grapefruit. A large, round citrus fruit with a slightly bitter taste. Jump. To push oneself into the air. Song. A short piece of music with words. Door. A movable barrier used to open or close an entrance. Towel. A piece of fabric used for drying or wiping. Hill. A raised area of land, smaller than a mountain. Zone. An area or region that is distinct in some way, set apart for a specific purpose, or characterized by particular features. A large animal used for riding or racing. Olive. A small green or black fruit with a pit. Baby. A very young child. Cleaner. A person or thing that cleans. Lion. A large, strong wildcat with a mane, male. Whale. A very large marine mammal. Brush. A tool with bristles for cleaning or painting. Ball. A round object used in games and sports. Rest. A period of relaxation. Lunch. A meal eaten in the middle of the day. Lizard. A small reptile with a long tail. Piano. A large musical instrument with black and white keys. Road. A hard surface built for vehicles to travel on. Happy. Feeling or showing pleasure. Museum. A building in which objects of historical, scientific, or cultural interest are stored and shown. Hot. Having a high temperature. Rainbow. An arc of colors in the sky after rain. Dog. A common pet animal that barks. Hug. To wrap your arms around someone to show affection. Snow. Soft white flakes of frozen water. Eye. The organ of sight. Hope. A feeling of expectation and desire for something good. Mommy. A child's word for mother. Coffee. A drink made from roasted coffee beans. Car. A road vehicle with 4 wheels. Hammer. A tool with a heavy metal head used for hitting nails. Hamster. A small rodent often kept as a pet. Chairlift. A seat on a moving cable for carrying people uphill, often in ski resorts. Woman. An adult female human. Panda. A black and white bear-like mammal from China. Fox. A wild animal with a bushy tail. Clinic. A place where medical treatment or advice is given. Shop. A place where goods are sold. Ice. Frozen water. Finger. One of the 5 digits on the hand. Mountain. A large natural elevation of the Earth's surface. Grape. A small, round fruit that grows in bunches. Bowl. A round dish used for food or liquid. Block. A solid piece of material, such as wood. Sheep. A farm animal with a thick woolly coat. Plane. A flying vehicle with wings. Cousin. A child of one's aunt or uncle. Student. A person who is learning at a school. Grass. A common green plant that covers the ground. Clown. A performer who wears funny clothes and makeup. Uniform. A special set of clothes worn by members of the same organization. Nose. The part of the face for breathing and smelling. Lemonade. A drink made from lemons, sugar, and water. Parcel. A package wrapped in paper. Market. A place where people buy or sell goods. Video. A recording of moving visual images. Hobby. An activity done regularly for pleasure. Desk. A piece of furniture used for writing or working. Ear. The part of the body used for hearing. Leg. The limb of the body used for standing or walking. Line. A long, narrow mark or band.